We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars Wrestling Show, episode 391. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. Joining us this week, the OG Undisputed Scholar himself, Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, how's your evening going, sir?
My evening is going great. My week is going great. Ever since last Saturday, I have just been on cloud nine, and I am looking forward to watching Claudio's. This episode may be specifically for WWE because it's Summerslam prediction. Heat wave. Oi, this is my island in the sun. Oi, oi. But I have to point out, I couldn't be any more happy that Claudio Castagnoli is Ring of Honor World Champion. Yay. Of course, because of the extra point, I win the prediction with Claudio, so I win with him. And I couldn't be any more wanting to be Tony Khan in that picture, giving him a big hug, because I'm super happy. That's how I'm feeling right now. And now we have SummerSlam predictions. I got the momentum in my favor right now. Let's get the Scholars of Wrestling Championship on my shoulder again. Please.
Oh, yes. It is certainly a new era in so many different ways, not only as Claudio Castagnoli as Ring of Honor champion, but also this is our first show since Triple H has officially been made head of creative. So we're going to get to all that and all of our predictions and what that means. But first, we got to introduce the rest of our crew. Also with us this week, the one and only Scholar Charlie, Mr. Beefcase in the bank on all such matters. Scholar Charlie, how's your evening?
My evening is going well. Tarek may have the momentum going. It might be a triple threat match between you, Tarek, and Brian. But remember, I'm Mr. Beefy, and anything could happen with that beefcase.
I feel like now you have to yell beefcake in like the Cartman voice.
I also would have accepted those early 2000s Chef Boyardee commercials. Beefy. Also,
he was in one of them, so it does connect.
And so was Mankind.
And McFoley, yeah.
And The Rock. The list goes on and on.
I forgot about The Rock.
But last, one person we will absolutely never forget about, last but not least, we also have joining us today the one and only Scholar Jeremy. Scholar Jeremy, how's your evening going?
Going good. The coach is back on the Scholars again. It's been an interesting week, but been a good one. And I'm just hyped for SummerSlam. It's been a great week of wrestling. We had Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. We had an amazing at the time of this recording, Dynamite last night. And the day after my birthday, I finally get Jericho versus Moxley rematch. So right now the momentum is in my favor. I am actually hyped to see that rematch August 10th. So psyched for it. But right now we have my personal favorite pay-per-view of the year coming up, which is SummerSlam. Let's see what Triple H can do with this.
Oh, yes. There's so much to be excited about in this time in professional wrestling. So let's just dive right into it. No more further ado. This is WWE SummerSlam 2022. Let's get into it. First match, we've got the Mysterios going against the Judgment Day in a no DQ tag match. Tarek, is your pick up first? Who you got between the Mysterios and the Judgment Day?
I will say just as you were doing the introduction for this match, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a simple prediction. All right. But more I'm thinking about it, probably is not as clear as initially thought. Because one, I'm thinking the Mysterios already got a win. Are they just going to do 50-50 booking for giving a Judgment Day a win? Because, ever since they kicked Edge out of the stable, they've kind of been positioned to the point of worthlessness. Like they're reached that level of what is it with me and brain farting in names? Mace, T-Bar.
Retribution.
They're like Retribution level.
Oh, the
now for
garbage
me.
men.
Garbage men. Oh yes, they did. They did light a dumpster on fire. Yeah, before they actually had the actual members. They're just these background extras. But yeah, they are retribution level of sad right now. Then you have to add to the fact is, are they going to actually have Dominic join their stable? Are they going to have Edge come back in this match, or they're just going to save him for later? But just for the sake of predictions, I don't know. I guess just go with the Mysterios.
Mysterios? Okay. That's one
I'm
for
probably
the
going to regret that
Mysterios.
decision, but
I was gonna say, I think you might.
Well, not necessarily. If we're looking to shake up the status quo here, and the Mysterios need to get a win back, or at least
they
look
won.
strong after all this. That's why I corrected myself. It is extremely viable as an option that they really could win. However, after thinking about it, and once really, I'm going to go with the Judgment Day here for no other reason than they've got the numbers advantage, and Rhea Ripley is still can still do something, health problems or not. She can still interfere. She can still throw around Ray or Dominic like they were lawn darts. And I think I think they really need a win right now so they don't achieve full retribution status. So on that note, I'm going to go for the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Charlie, it's your pick up next. Who you got between Mysterios and Judgment Day?
The Judgment Day really needs this win, so I'm going to go with them. I do see, well, anytime that I say I see Dominic turning on Ray, they blow the chance to pull the trigger on it. But hopefully I do see Dominic turning on Ray in this match, leading to Edge coming out for the save for Ray.
Okay. And Jaybird, it's your pick. Who do you got?
I've been thinking about this all week. I'm just gonna go with the Judgment Day. You guys have made a very convincing argument that they need a big win, that they were so high, so hot, and now they're down to like dumpster fire level of characters. And just if you want to build something like that, you really need to give them a win. So let's go with the Judgment Day for this one.
I will say that again, I kind of regret the prediction, but I'm not gonna do the changing, but because last time it was worth it because I did it over a coin toss.
That was still funny. That was still one of my favorite moments of this channel.
But I'm not changing, but I am regretting my decision. I'm thinking Vince McMahon logic with how this was going, and just how much Vince McMahon was not a fan of Finn Balor. But this is Triple H's creative now, and Finn Balor is one of his guys. So, yeah, I think Judgment Day is going to win. I'm pretty positive, but I'm sticking with my prediction because just because I'm not gonna do that pride wise, I guess. But I know I'm not gonna get this point.
It's okay, Targ. It's the first of many matches.
And
Go
to
big or
be
go
fair,
home.
there is a lot about this whole situation that is extremely unprecedented. So even though we have an idea of how we think things might go, anything can still happen. Like in this next match, which is probably okay, this one's more predictable. We've got Logan Paul versus The Miz. My pick is up first, and so I'm gonna just go with Logan Paul. I just don't see him losing here. They made a big deal out of his appearances and him signing a contract. So without knowing when or where else he'll show up, or this could just be a one match deal, either way, I don't see Logan Paul losing here, especially to a heel Miz. So And as much as it pains me to side with the guy because I'm not a big fan of his, I'm gonna go with Logan Paul. Charlie, your pick up next. Who do you got?
Logan Paul signed that contract to go after the Miz. Logan Paul needs to give Miz his receipt. Logan Paul's winning this one.
Okay, that's 2 for Logan Paul. Jamer,
Jamer.
Bird, Jeremy, Jamers, whatever the hell your name is. Pick.
Gamers.
I'm sorry if that sticks.
It's okay. I'll deal with
Jeremy,
it.
it's your pick.
We got 3
Oh,
for
well, I
Logan
started.
Paul. Let's do it. Like Charlie said, he signed with WWE. They made a huge deal out of it. So let's give the celebrity his due.
All right, and with that, Tarek, it's your pick up next. Do we have an accord?
We do. Logan Paul is gonna win. Hopefully, after this whole feud with the Miz is over, they actually turn him heel. Cause this is the heat that the boos he gets every show, no matter what they try to do to get people to cheer this man. He is not going to get cheered. Doesn't matter what he does. He could save a baby from a fire, and they're just probably like, that son of a bitch probably started the fire to give himself good publicity. The son of a bitch. That's the man will no. The man just screams heel, and I hope that they actually do this. This is just him, his first feud against a heel Miz, and afterwards he'll just turn himself heel. I'm all for it. Hell, even when he was tagging with Miz at Mania, it was working for him because they were actually working, and he was the heel with Miz, so it worked. Yeah, it's Logan Paul for the win, but the man has to turn heel. He is one of those people that just cannot be a face, like the Miz.
Okay,
Man who can't be a face.
this just occurred to me. Scholars Quick Talk. If you had to pick another YouTube celebrity to make an appearance at like a SummerSlam or a WrestleMania, who would you pick?
Game Chasers.
I was
They
gonna
are-
go. Yeah, go on.
No, they're retro collectors from Texas. They're huge wrestling fans. And even though they're out of shape and they're getting up there in their years, I still could see them literally just for one event, just basically walking out, throwing like a cartridge at one of the wrestlers, and then for a distraction, then walking away. That's what I could see.
Oh boy. Yeah, I probably would have gone with either the Game Grumps or Markiplier. Markiplier is
there
in
you
really
go.
good shape, and I feel like Aaron Hansen is just like a glutton for punishment, so he'd probably be up for anything.
Oh,
Plus,
Dan would
yeah.
be in the ring in a heartbeat.
I've got a feeling he'd probably be on the outside cutting promos and just let Aaron just get like suplexed or something.
Hmm.
All right. Tarek, Charlie, who do you think?
I don't know enough about YouTube stardom to pick somebody, so I don't know.
Isn't Ryback on YouTube?
I don't want to try that.
Hey, I had to put that out there. Tarek, any thoughts? I'll take that as a maybe.
The puppet that does WWE reviews.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't care.
that'd be wrestling related. They would probably make it work. I don't know.
No, I don't know how to respond to that question other than just the puppet.
I ain't on YouTube. Oh wait, we kind of are.
Total throwback.
All right. All joking aside, all Scholars Quick Talk aside, we gotta go into our next match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
Charlie, it's your pick up next. Who do you got?
I'm praying that history doesn't repeat itself here and we get a WrestleMania quality match out of these two. I gotta stick with Bianca Belair. I can't see Becky Lynch taking the title off for 2 SummerSlams in a row.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what I called you earlier, so I'm just going to call you by your name
Jamers.
instead.
Jamers.
Chambers.
Jeremy, what's your prediction?
I'm with Charlie. I got to go with Bianca Belair because after the travesty that happened last year, it feels like the right thing to do. Give Bianca Belair her due. Let it come full circle. Let her retain the title. And can anyone explain why Becky Lynch has such a stupid looking apparel now? Like I was looking at the Scholars prediction card and I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing, Becky? Like
She's
you're not
going
Lady
so
Gaga.
insane that
She
she's
looks
slowly
so-
turning into Lady Gaga.
That's
It's
why I
obvious.
hate Lady Gaga. I hate Lady Gaga. So that's why I'm starting to hate her a little more.
Ooh, it's a good thing Brian's not here to hear you say that. He loves Becky Lynch.
She was good until she became trash. Sorry.
Almost as
She was good until
almost-
she was bad.
almost
No,
as
there's stories
Brian's
about that. I digress.
Brian's fandom.
I know it's just the way it came out. That's all.
Brian's fandom of Becky Lynch is almost Jeff's Lacey Evans level.
Almost.
Almost.
That I would not see coming.
Because Jeff will pick Lacey Evans every time. But Brian knows when to be like, yeah, I gotta think with my mind on this one.
Yeah,
But-
Brian knows when to step away from.
From his heart.
To be fair, Becky Lynch also wins matches. So being a Becky Lynch fan is not suffering. There's a big difference.
This is true.
Makes me just question just why stick with Lacey, fool?
I like muscle mommies. There you go.
Damn.
I've been exposed on my own show. I don't care. Tarek, it's your pick. Who do you got?
It's actually really funny because the question I'm more thinking about when it comes to this match is who do I want to see face off against Alexa Bliss afterwards? Because she made it clear that she's going for the winner of this match. She finally getting put in something that's, worth Alexa Bliss's time.
Thank God.
Yeah, seriously. I'm probably gonna go. Oh man, do I want to see an unhinged Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss, or do I want to just see?
I think we
EST?
both know the answer to that question.
Do we though? Do we
I
though?
think we do.
I'm also gonna go with Bianca Belair. Just kind of what Charlie said. I don't want to see Becky Lynch beat her in 2 SummerSlams in a row. Although there have been like people online that say they want to see Bianca Belair get her revenge on Becky and beat her in 26 seconds to beat her 27 seconds last year. I don't want to see that.
No.
I want to, like what Charlie said, I want a WrestleMania caliber match. But I'm probably gonna go with Bianca Belair. Becky can lose and not get hurt, and Bianca kind of just needs to keep this title reign going.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair, but for a completely different reason. I just want to see Becky Lynch go more and more insane and just go completely off the rails bonkers into whatever feud she gets into next. That is going to be some prime TV. I'm sure it'll write, not only will it write itself, I'm sure that if Triple H takes charge of it, he'll be able to do more with that at all.
Her next feud is going to be against Bailey.
Hey, that
Cuckoo
would be
for Cocoa
fantastic.
I would
Cuckoo
see
for
that.
Cocoa Puffs, Becky versus someone who thinks she's better than her with a heel Bailey. Yeah, sure, why not?
Tell me that
Ding
wouldn't
dong.
be great.
Yeah.
Ding dong, you're nuts. Moving on. Elsewhere, we've got our next women's title match. We've got Liv Morgan defending her championship in a rematch against Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title. Jamers, I got it right this time. It's your pick up next. Who do you got?
Very simple. If it's Triple H, he knows what he's doing. He's going to keep it on our Jersey girl. It's going to be Liv Morgan. It's going to be a good match, other than like how it ended with the cash in, but it's going to be a decent match. I can see it. It's going to really show what Liv can do, and it's going to put her on her map, put her on the map as a really full established champion.
All right, Tarek, it's your pick up next. Who do you got?
I would be an idiot with all the praise I've been giving her the last year, to say Liv Morgan is not going to win. I made that mistake at Money in the Bank, and I'm not going to make that same mistake. I'm gonna Jersey represent Liv Morgan.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually really conflicted about this match. As much as usual wrestling logic, and just me personally, I would love to see Liv Morgan retain against Ronda. Given how strong they made Ronda look, I just don't quite know how they're going to do it. My brain tells me that she's going to win. My heart tells me she's going to win. I just feel like I don't know how. So while this does not seem like a sure thing, I'm still going to go with Liv Morgan, even though I just have no idea how we're going to get there. Charlie, do we have an accord, or do you have a sense that something else is going to happen?
I was scared at first because Liv Morgan kept Ronda Rousey's nameplates on her championship. Then she switched the nameplates to just basic WWE nameplates. And finally, we saw her get Liv Morgan nameplates. So I think Liv Morgan is going to retain the title, have a nice first run with the belt. How she's going to beat Ronda Rousey, I'm not sure, but she's going to beat Rousey.
She's going to beat old Rondi. She's going to beat her good, dagnabbit.
She's going to beat Aunt Rondi.
All right. And with that, we've got our next tag team match of the evening. We've got the Usos defending their unified tag team titles against the Street Profits with special referee Jeff Jarrett. Tarek, it is your pickup first. Who do you got?
Jesus.
Tough one.
This is another match that I'm just thinking they can go either way with this one, really. I'm also just thinking, what happens after this? I'm gonna go for the Usos just because when it comes to tag title matches, they always win. When it involves everything else, they look like weak lackeys to Roman Reigns. So yeah, Us for the win.
All right. Now, before we move on, because not only is this a title match, a Scholars Championship match between yourself, myself, and Scholar Brian, who is currently on assignment this week, it is time for this is where we're going to have our tiebreaker point, which means only one thing. We are going to the Wheel of Wrestlers. If the wrestler you get assigned randomly actually gets the pinfall, in the event of a tie, you get a extra point to be a tiebreaker. So before we go to the wheel, Tarek, are you ready to spin?
Ready as I'll ever be.
With that, sure. Let's do it.
As long as it's a noose.
Wheel of Wrestlers, spin, spin, spin. Tell us the wrestler that should win. And your wrestler is... It is Angelo Dawkins.
Oh,
and Tarek gets the wooden spoon.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. You joke around. I honestly think the Street Profits are going to have a good chance of taking this. And I'm going to pick the Street Profits. Given the kind of clinic that they've been putting on, I've got a strong, way stronger feeling than I have in a very long time for the Street Profits. I'm putting my money, I'm backing this horse. And with that, it is my turn to Wheel of Wrestlers, spin, spin, spin. Tell us the wrestler that should win.
Be a noose. Be a noose.
And I've got Montez Ford. Yes.
Oh, he's got the strong one right now. The force is strong with this one.
Yes, Montez. All right. now we're moving on to Charlie. It's your pick up next.
Aren't
Who
you gonna-
do you have?
Yeah, are you gonna spin for Brian?
I could spin for Brian now if you want to get that out of the way.
Might as
Fine.
well.
All right. We're gonna be getting his predictions offline. But until then, let's spin the wheel for Brian. See
He
which
hasn't-
Uso he gets. And he gets Jey Uso.
Main event, Jey Uso.
Jey Uso. Done. All right. Now, Charlie, we are moving on to you. Who do you got?
Much like with Dominic Mysterio, anytime I say that they're gonna turn, they don't. I feel like SummerSlam is going to be the opportunity to turn the Profits one on each other and break up. I'm going with the Usos for the victory. Unfortunately, on Tarek's extra point pick, Angelo Dawkins. And I see Montez just getting pissed off and beating on Dawkins after the match is over.
Very
you think
interesting.
Ford will be the one turning?
Yeah, Montez Ford will be the one turning.
Interesting. And Jeremy, who do you got for this one?
This is tough because I could go with what the crowd's saying. It's the Usos. It's going to be the Usos. And then once the Usos lose the belts, then things are going to change. But screw it, Jeff. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with the Street Profits. Let's light a fire on this one. Let's cause some chaos. Let's see what happens.
Living dangerously. I love it.
I haven't done it in a while. I think it's time to have some fun. So,
all right. Now bring us to our next match for the U.S. Championship. We've got Bobby Lashley going up against Theory. It's my pickup first. I'm going to go Bobby Lashley for this one, and I'm going to make a wild prediction. I think this is going to open the show for a reason you'll probably expect later on.
Obviously.
So, yes, I'm going Bobby Lashley to retain. Charlie, who's your pick?
I agree with everything you just said. Opening the show and Bobby Lashley to pick up the victory and retain the U.S. title.
All right. And Jaybird, who you got for this one?
let's go 3 for 3. Bobby Lashley. I went against him last time and shot myself in the foot. I'm not going against Lashley again. So let's go for it.
All right. And Tarek, do we have an accord?
Austin Theory is going to win by DQ. No, I'm just kidding.
He said it. Put it down.
Patent pending. Do it. Lawyered.
I'm also going to go. I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley. Bobbles is going to win.
Bobbles.
Bobbles. I love that.
Bobbles.
All right. Next match up, we've got Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin in a grudge match.
Ooh, yeah.
And Charlie, it's your pickup first. Who you got for this one?
Winning. Pat McAfee's going to win for Pat McAfee reasons.
Okay. That no conflict at all for once. I dig it.
Nope.
Jaybird, who do you got for this one?
Screw Pat McAfee. I can't stand him. I've never liked him in WWE. I think he's the biggest piece of trash celebrity they brought in WWE. And that's the reason why he's going to win. I'm going with Pat McAfee. And just to piss me off a little more, little more. He's the one person who I said give Undisputed Era a little bit of help. But other than that, he has done jack squat in WWE. Vince McMahon, dog.
And Tarek, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
Hey, I was more reserved in that one. I could have said some colorful language, but I reserved myself.
All the same, Tarek, who you got for this one?
It's actually really funny because I'm in like the complete opposite. I actually really like Pat McAfee in WWE. He's like, in my opinion, he is one of the best things about commentary. And I just really enjoy his presence. I'm going to go with Pat McAfee.
Just put bleach in my ears, please.
Oh, I love. He just puts so much fun into the commentary.
I can name at least 10 commentators who can blow him out of the water from AEW. I can name 10 who are way better than he is.
But that's AEW. I'm talking about WWE, man.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch it, because I like their commentators better too. Anyway,
I do agree that Excalibur does deserve the commentator of the year. But but yeah, Pat McAfee's gonna win. I enjoy him. He's one of the only things that like get a real legit smile. Him nerding out with Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura just does nothing more than put a big smile on my face. But
Okay,
yes,
I will give you that. That was funny. That image when he was, who was it? Was that Corey Graves who jumped on someone, or was that McAfee who did it?
I don't know.
There was a live entrance where Boogs played Shinsuke's song, and then someone jumped on top of someone else on the announce table. It was one of the funniest moments I've seen in a while. I'll have to look it up.
It's probably McAfee. I don't
It
know.
was funny. It was a great moment.
Well, I'm going to go against the grain of both of you at this point because I really don't have any strong feelings one way or the other for Pat McAfee. He is not great, but he doesn't totally suck either. But with the way they're setting this up, I don't see him losing. So, yeah, I'm afraid we have a consensus. We're going with Pat McAfee here. And with
Okay.
that, before we get to the main event, there is the question of Seth Rollins and his opponents. In case you haven't been up to date with all the latest developments, for whatever reason, they have removed Riddle from the Seth Rollins match, supposedly with an injury of some sort, but apparently that's a work. And with all this talk about Triple H wants to make a creative splash at SummerSlam, a lot of people have been speculating that Seth Rollins will be there, but there's going to be a mystery opponent for him. So on that note, we're going to be taking predictions for who Seth Rollins' opponent is going to be and who the ultimate winner of the match is. So with that being said, Charlie, I believe it's your pick up first.
I just went first.
Jeremy, it's your pick up next.
Well, if I've read the internet,
Because I
enough,
can't math good.
it's all good. Well, if I've read the internet as well as I do, it's going to be the Rebel Heart himself, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and I'm going to give Johnny the win if he shows up. So I'm going to go with Johnny Gargano to show up and win.
Okay. Tarek, it's your pick up next. Who do you got to make a special appearance and who you have to win?
I'm going to agree with what Jeremy said. I'm going with Johnny Gargano. This is definitely a heart thing, and I think he's going to win as well.
Rebel Heart. That's the name of the song.
I'm going to deviate from the trend for a little bit. I think the winner and the surprise opponent is going to be Edge for both of them.
Ooh,
I don't think that. I think even though that there's a strong chance that Johnny Gargano is going to come back to WWE and be used much better, given the kinds of promos that we've been seeing that many people are saying they're going to be Edge, I feel like Edge is going to show up here and then Johnny Gargano is going to make his appearance later on in the year. So for right now, I'm going to go on 2 counts of Edge. And Charlie, now it's your pick. Who do you got?
2 counts of Edge. That's a quote, Jeff. That's a quote. I like that. 2 counts of Edge.
It's just the way it's going to roll. Speaking of Edge, Charlie, where are you going?
It's going to be the Fiend. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, get the fuck out of
You
here.
had me for a second there. Like, I want to believe now that there's a better administration.
I saw someone post that earlier today.
Oh, so did I. It's not going to friggin' happen.
Jeff, you're threatening me with a good time with Edge. I got to go with Gargano. And Gargano will win. And then me and Jeremy will go and meet Gargano.
And then Darby Allin.
Yeah.
All right. And with that out of the way, we are at our main event for the evening. We've got, for the 15th millionth time, we've got Roman Reigns defending his championship against Brock Lesnar. Tarek, it's your final pick of the evening. Who's going to win?
Roman. Roman. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't really
Wow.
argue with that.
With that logic,
I don't.
I never
I'm
more
done.
has there been more sound logic. But yes, I am going to pick Roman Reigns to just barely clutch out a win. And even though we're not going to be taking any points on it, I'm thinking that this is going to be a time when, if they really want to make a creative splash that does make sense, I say they're going to make a new star, and Austin Theory is going to not only cash in and win the title, but he's actually going to take his first name back. Be Austin Theory, A-Town down, what? Charlie, it's your pick.
Wow.
A-Town down what? On one hand, you have Roman winning and Theory cashing in on Roman, which will make a huge impact. On the other hand, you could go and lessen the blow on Roman, have Lesnar win the Universal Championship, and have Theory cash in on Lesnar, which will still go over huge, but hurt Roman less.
Brock is not gonna let Austin Theory pin him.
No.
He will go off script.
But
be
then
like, "Hell
again,
no."
money. Think
I don't know
about
if you
it.
could pay him that much money to have him lose to Austin Theory.
They paid him enough to keep him on for SummerSlam and stay when he wanted to walk out when Vince McMahon got fired. So what's to say that that paycheck wasn't big enough that he would lie down for a wrestling match?
Here's what's gonna. I actually don't. I'll save it for after everyone does their predictions.
Fuck
Charlie?
it. Roman wins. Austin Theory cashes in on Roman.
All right.
I'll play
All
it
right.
safe.
And Jaybird, final pick of the evening. Who do you got?
It's, you said it's for the 15th time, Jeff. It's going to be the final time. After this, Lesnar is not going to be in WWE anymore, from what I'm reading. So if it's going to end like this, it's going to be a Roman win. Brock's going to go off into the sunset, and Austin Theory is going to get killed by Roman afterwards. I'm sorry, I do not see him winning the title. No way. Not with a face like that. Not with his selfie Vince McMahon face. No way. He's got a kick-ass theme song, but no. If anything, give it to Mania when Cody Rhodes comes back and takes the belt off Roman. That's when I see the titles breaking up. Give it to Mania.
But his face is what makes it work. It's so punchable.
Not with it. Well, okay, yeah, he got me there. He got me there.
That's why now we can officially let things play out. We need not let cynicism and corporate nonsense dictate our picks. This is a whole new era full of optimism and game playing and joy.
It's joy, but I just don't see Austin Theory winning that belt against Roman Reigns. No way. If it was like
I have an answer for that.
Bobby Lashley, maybe, but no way. Not against Roman. I don't think so.
Okay. Tarek, you clearly got something. What's your answer to that?
The match is a last man standing match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I forgot about that. Fuck.
This is something that someone brought, that it was brought up on the IWC, and I laughed out loud and I had to bring it up. It's a last man standing match. Roman and Brock Lesnar are going to do something that takes them both out. And as the ref is doing the 10 count for both guys, Austin Theory is going to run in before the 10 count and cash in and put himself in the match. And Roman and Lesnar are both going to be counted to 10. And that's how Austin Theory is going to take the title.
Oh,
That's evil.
That is pure evil, but pure genius at the same time.
Oh, brother.
And it left
Can you
Charlie
imagine?
speechless.
Wow. It literally will be like, oh my God. My friend years ago, WrestleMania, took his hat off and threw it out the window when Cena retained at Mania. And I'm like, it's going to be like that all over again if that's what happens.
The new
boy.
heist of the century.
Oh,
It's once
God.
again off of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. First,
That heist of the
first
century
Mania,
was beautiful.
First Mania, then now SummerSlam.
I'm not worried about Austin Theory cashing in and winning. I'm worried about him retaining at the following pay-per-view against whoever he cashed in on.
Yeah, and getting killed.
Well,
He's
like
not
we
winning the belt.
like we said before, this is a whole new era full of different possibilities that were never possible for the last several decades, actually. So now our predictions are in. So now we're turning it over to you, our fellow fans. We're all thinking about it. We're all predicting it in our minds. So we want to know who you think is going to walk away from SummerSlam a victor. So not only should you let us know all across the internet, specifically, let us know in our prediction form in the comments below. Wherever you find your podcasts or this show, check the description, the link to not only our link tree, but also our latest prediction game for SummerSlam. It's always a great time, and we look forward to hearing what you think next. But if you want to keep the discussion going until then, you can follow us on our socials. Tarek, where can they reach you?
You can reach me losing all confidence I had at winning this title at the Avatar. I'm not confident in my predictions. From Angelo Dawkins is the extra point to the Mysterios. I'm not confident. I'm just like, you know what? Shit. So much for that.
What a way to change, Tark. You started off with, let's put the title on my shoulder too. I have no confidence. Well done, cowboy.
Yeah, this
That's some cowboy shit
predictions.
right there.
That is sad. I'm sad. I'm just like, well, shit.
This is still anybody's ball game, Tarek. I think
the Dawkins was that final. That was that nail in the coffin. Just like, he was literally the last person I wanted. And I'm just like, because he's most likely, if the Usos win, he's the one getting the pin, or he's the one getting pinned.
Getting pinned, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one getting pinned.
You haven't gotten the worst pick in history, Tark. Last year at the Rumble, I got friggin' Alicia Fox. I got a rock last year at the Rumble. How do you think I felt? So you got better odds than me, but
tomorrow is always a new day. Speaking of new days, Charlie, where can I reach you?
At the Charlie, feeling all right about my odds to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Don't you dare. And Jaybird, where can they reach you?
You can find me at Hero Huey 316. And Jeff, do you still have that Terramana in your basement or under your bar area?
Ooh.
I do not.
Damn. Because I was going to say, if you did, if by some lucky chance I win that Scholars belt, I'm taking a shot after that match.
Hey, I still have a Jericho bottle of a little bit of the bubbly, so we got that.
If I win,
take the whole bottle.
Yeah, I'll drink the whole bottle, and then I'll give you the one I have in my house.
Anywho, you can also reach me at I'm Robbie Rage. Join the conversation. I'm sure there's going to be lots of live tweets throughout the night. But then again, I think you already knew that because you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
See you all at the biggest party of the summer.